Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 follow the Vanderlyn gang and their surviving members, and shows the path of redemption. But often, this path can lead to much tragedy and loss, as we see with Arthur Morgan, John Marston, and Jack Marston. So in this video, I will do a deep dive into each character on their path to redemption. First, we will begin with the main protagonist of the second game, Arthur Morgan. We first meet Arthur after a failed heist in Blackwater. The gang was forced to run north into the mountains of the West Grizzlies, and from very early in the game we can tell that Arthur cares deeply for his fellow gang members, especially Dutch Vanderlyn and Hosea Matthews, which are the two leaders of the gang and took in Arthur when he was a child. Arthur respects these two men a lot and sees them as his fathers. Arthur finds a small abandoned mining town for the gang to rest in called Coulter. After the gang settles in, Arthur and Dutch head out to look for one of the two men scouting ahead. We found Micah, a member of the gang, and he tells us that he found a small homestead and it seemed like a party. We check it out, but then we realize it's occupied by a rival gang, the O'Driscolls. We kill most of them, but leave one to interrogate.
What are you bastards doing? Why are you up here?
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. I don't know more than that, I swear.
Well, I would say it looks like you have this, Arthur. Do what you want with him. I don't care. But bring that horse when you're done.
Next, we hear a scream come from inside the house. We find a woman in there named Sadie Adler. Her husband was killed by the O'Driscolls. We take her back to camp, then we go to look for John Marston. He was sent out scouting ahead, but he hasn't come back yet. We find him on a mountain, almost eaten to death by wolves. We take him back to camp. Finally, after this, we go to rob the train.
Here, make yourself useful. At least we all know you can read. Give me those.
Think I got him?
Nice. Thank God. Come on.
After a successful robbery in the mountains, the gang heads south, down to a new campsite called Horseshoe Overlook, which is near the livestock town called Valentine. In this chapter, we really see Arthur Morgan's personality shine through. We see that he doesn't love killing and robbing. We see that he does it out of the needs for the gang. But that does not make his actions noble by any way. The reason why he's doing these things don't matter. He is still killing and robbing innocent people, and we see this in clearest with Thomas Downs. This is one of the most important parts of Arthur's story, because in this moment, he's destroying an innocent family. The first time we meet Thomas Downs is in the mission with the bar fight, where he stops us from killing a man. Then Leopold Strauss lends him some money. Arthur then goes to collect. Arthur is rather violent with the man, especially because Thomas Downs has tuberculosis, a disease that Arthur will later contract from him. After Arthur beats him, Thomas dies of this beating. This shows Arthur is a very bad man. No matter the motives, there is no good reason to kill a man who has a wife and son. Soon after, Arthur takes John's son, Jack, out fishing. Down by the river, some government agents come to offer us a deal. If we gave them Dutch, we wouldn't be arrested for our crimes. Arthur obviously refuses, but this is bad, because now the Pinkertons know the general area of our camp. We alert Dutch, but he says we aren't going to move quite yet. But then, after rustling some cattle with John, Arthur meets with Dutch in the saloon, when the man who owned the train that we robbed all the way back in Chapter 1, Leviticus Cornwall, finds us and makes us come out, which starts a shootout in the streets of Valentine. This and the Pinkertons knowing where we are forces us to move. Micah says that there's a good spot south called Dewberry Creek. Arthur and Charles, another gang member, maybe the most moral gang member, head down there, and they pretty quickly realize that Dewberry Creek is a pretty bad spot for a camp. The place was very open, and with a little rain the whole place would flood. but Arthur and Charles tried to move anybody away from the area. They find a woman and 2 children who don't speak very much English, but they are able to tell Arthur and Charles that their father was kidnapped. Arthur was not at all interested in helping these people, but Charles made Arthur ride with them to find the man. Arthur and Charles track down the kidnappers and the man, and they start a gunfight and rescue the man. Arthur realizes that this spot is much better for a camp. The man they saved gives Arthur a gold bar to thank him. The gang, instead of camping in Dewberry Creek, sets up in the place Arthur found, Clemens Point. This camp is near the town of Rhodes, so Arthur, Dutch, and Hosea ride into town. They see a familiar face along the way, another gang member in the back of a transport coach, Josiah Trelawney. Dutch speaks to the man driving the coach, and the other prisoners escape while Dutch is speaking to the deputy. We are then tasked with helping the deputy bring the escapees back to justice. We learn from the adventure that there are 2 families, the Grays and the Braithwaites, and they are in an ancient feud. We plan to help both sides and then rob them both. For the Grays, we act as deputies and help them bring justice to the moonshiners, and we steal Braithwaite horses. For the Braithwaites, we give out free moonshine in the saloon that the Grays own and burning the Grays' tobacco fields. Near the end of the chapter, we go to meet up with some Grays in the saloon in Rhodes, but it's an ambush. Sean gets shot in the head, and we have a big gunfight with the Grays in Rhodes. We ride back to camp where we learn that Jack was taken by the Braithwaites. We storm their home and start a shootout with the Braithwaites. We search their house, but Jack is not there. Catherine Braithwaite tells us that she gave him to Angelo Bronte in Saint Denis. So the gang burns her house down and decide to move to a new campsite. Arthur says that they should move out to Shady Belle, out near Saint Denis, because Lenny, a young gang member, and Arthur have already rode out there. Before the gang moves in, John and Arthur go up to clear out any people living there. The gang moves in and we start chapter 4. We find Angelo Bronte's mansion, and Dutch, John, and Arthur go to talk to him. Angelo Bronte acts kindly to them, and says if Arthur and John kill the grave robbers, he will happily give Jack back. John and Arthur go out to do that. We then get Jack back and the gang throws a party. While Dutch was talking to Angelo Bronte, Dutch was invited to a party at the mayor's house. Out in Saint Denis, Arthur meets a religious brother named Brother Dorkins. He helps him rescue some slaves. He sees the brother again with a woman named Sister Calderon. He sees a kid take her crucifix. He then chases down the kid and gets the crucifix. He then sees Edith Downs, the widow of Thomas Downs. Arthur tries to help her, but she calls out to the police. Arthur finally returns the crucifix. Then Arthur, Dutch, Hosea, and Bill go to the garden party at the mayor's house. Dutch is given a robbery tip about this trolley station in town by Angelo Bronte. Arthur, Lenny, and Dutch go up to the trolley station to rob it, and there was almost no money up there. The cops show up almost immediately, and we realize that Bronte had been setting us up the whole time. This starts a huge shootout in Saint Denis. We get on a trolley, but it crashes and Dutch suffers a head injury. We finally get out of there, and Dutch is furious with Bronte. Dutch is so mad he plans to kill him. We get a small boat and ride to the back of his mansion. We take out all the guards and kidnap him. Dutch says he might ransom him, but instead he drowns him and feeds him to an alligator. This is the point where we can clearly see Dutch start to go crazy. Even some of the gang members start to question him at this point.
Jesus. Part of your philosophy books cover feeding a fella to a goddamn alligator, Dutch.
The part that covers weakness. That part.
After, we rob the Lemoyne National Bank in Saint Denis. We get in and get some money, but then an army of Pinkertons come out of nowhere, and they have Hosea. Dutch begins asking for a bargain. Milton says he's given him enough chances, and shoots Hosea.
This is America! You can always cut a deal!
I've given you enough chances.
Come on!
No!
God damn it!
This starts a mass shootout in Saint Denis. We run on the rooftops. Lenny goes ahead and some Pinkertons get him and gun him down. So now Hosea and Lenny have both died. We run to an abandoned building until nightfall. When, at nightfall, we run to the docks and get aboard on a ship. In the morning, Dutch introduces himself to the captain. We learn that the ship is headed for northern Cuba. Until that night, a storm hits. Arthur is held back on the ship and the rest of the gang gets on a small raft. But Arthur can't make it to the raft, so he jumps into the ocean. When he wakes up, he's on the island of Guarma. After walking around, he finds a campsite, and all the gang who's on the ship are there. They then get captured by some local military on the island. We get locked up into a chain and are forced to walk until some locals shoot the guards and we can escape the chains. Javier is shot in the leg, so we have to leave him behind. We escape the military with some of the locals. We learn that this island is a sugar plantation, and many workers are worked to death. After we help out some locals, we meet with Dutch to find Javier. He pays a woman to help us find him. When she asks him for extra money, Dutch strangles her to death. Arthur is horrified by Dutch's actions. As Dutch is becoming the man he told Arthur not to become.
Are you gonna strangle me next? I'm doing the best I can.
They rescue Javier and narrowly escape the army. The gang goes to an old army fort on the island, where they are attacked by the Cuban Navy. We use a cannon to destroy their ship and get a boat to get back to the mainland. Arthur finds the gang in Linde. The Pinkertons attack us, so we have to move. Arthur and Charles ride out to find a cave called Beaver Hollow. As soon as the rest of the gang gets there, Uncle brings in Molly O'Shea. She exclaimed to everyone that she was the rat and she was feeding information to the Pinkertons, and was shot by Susan Grimshaw. John was arrested during the bank robbery. We asked Dutch when to rescue him, but Dutch doesn't answer us. Us and Sadie plan to meet in Saint Denis to break John out of prison. When Arthur rides down there, he breaks into a coughing fit. Some stranger helps him to get to the doctor when the news is finally broken.
What is it?
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What do you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease, and you'll be... Now, the best thing is rest, and getting somewhere warm and dry and taking it easy. Now, is that possible?
Sure, I can just take my winters in my country club in California. No, it's not possible.
Well, like I said, I'm real sorry.
Yeah, well...
Do you remember all the way back in Chapter 2 when Thomas Downs coughed in Arthur's face? Yes, this is where he contracted tuberculosis, a progressive disease that targets the lungs. This means Arthur's fate is pretty much sealed. Then him and Sadie ride a hot air balloon over the prison to see if John is there. John is indeed there and plan to rescue him at a later date. Arthur meets Sister Calderon again in Saint Denis. They talk for a bit. Arthur gives her some money for the poor. Next, Arthur and Sadie break John out of prison. It started a massive shootout on the island of Sisika, and they are able to narrowly escape death and bring John back to the camp. Up in Annesburg, he meets Edith Downs again, and her son Archie is working in the mines. Arthur helps the Downs family get out of there, and he gives them some money for this. Arthur has some debts to reclaim, so he goes to do that. First, a man named J. John Weathers. Arthur starts out pretty hostile. When the army comes to take John out, Arthur reluctantly helps him. But then, after dealing with the military, Arthur sees J. John Weathers' pregnant wife. Arthur absolves the debt. Next, Arthur Londonderry. He works at a mine. Arthur goes to find him, but Arthur Londonderry is dead, worked to death. He goes to find his widow. She has a son, and Arthur is reminded of the Downs family. Instead of taking any money, Arthur absolves the debt and gives her some money. Arthur goes back to camp to rightfully kick Leopold Strauss out. Herr Strauss has put many people in terrible situations, and he needs to be put to a stop. Arthur and John blow up Bauhaus Bridge in preparation for an upcoming train job. Arthur then attends a meeting with the Indians. They get into a shootout. Arthur helps Charles rescue a man named Captain Monroe. At the train station, Arthur sees Sister Calderon. They talk. Arthur says something he's never said before.
I'm afraid.
Through this whole chapter, we see Dutch go crazy, especially with no Hosea and Micah manipulating the whole time. The last straw is in the mission, My Last Boy. Dutch influences the Indians to lead an attack on the Heartland oil fields. Arthur helps the Indians. Dutch and Arthur go into the office and find bonds, but Arthur gets jumped by some guards, and Dutch has the opportunity to save him, but he just walks away. Eagle Flies, one of the Indians, rescues Arthur, but tragically passes from the rescue. Now, the last mission. The gang is planning to rob a train with army payroll. The heist is successful, but John was shot, and Dutch and Micah said they would rescue him. After the robbery, Dutch and Micah said he was killed. When we get back, we hear Abigail was kidnapped, so Arthur and Sadie go to rescue her. We are held at gunpoint by Agent Milton, and he tells us Micah was an informant of the Pinkertons.
Micah Bell. We picked him up when you boys came back from the Caribbean, and he's been a good boy ever since.
Okay.
Abigail then shoots Milton, and Arthur gets his final ride.
Abigail Roberts.
Always was a good thief.
That you was. Get out of here.
The many miles we walk, the many things we learn, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Oh, you're a good man. I just wish you'd done it before he worked himself into the grave.
Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left.
May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out astray, all from your command. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
You saved my life. You're a good man. Thank you, Bella. You know there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure.
Maybe it's a sign, Arthur. Try to do the good thing.
Shine light into darkness. Shine
When Arthur gets back to camp, he tells everyone that Micah was a rat. Micah denies, but we know it's true. This starts a standoff between the gang. John shows up to camp, confirming that Dutch and Micah didn't care about him, and that he actually didn't die. Arthur and John run when the Pinkertons show up. We get away when Arthur is faced with the decision: go back for the money or help John get to safety. Arthur chooses to help John get to safety. When Arthur gets John away, Micah pops out of nowhere and he tackles us and we have a fist fight. Arthur eventually gets his hand on a gun, but Dutch steps on his hand and tells him it's over.
Arthur, it's over.
Arthur, now weak and about to die, tells Dutch,
He's a rat. You know it, and I know it.
He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy.
There, up there on the ridge. I gave you all I had. I did.
Come on. Dutch. Let's go, buddy. We made it. We won. Come on.
John made it. He's the only one. The rest of us... No. But I tried. In the end, I did.
Come on. Let's go. We can make it. Come on, Dutch. Come on! Ah!
After Arthur's death, the game skips to 8 years later, in 1907. John Marston and his family are riding the Strawberry after John had to run from the law for killing a man. John tries to find honest work in Strawberry. He walks into the general store and asks for work. The owner of the store says he can deliver some goods to Pronghorn Ranch. When John arrives, some thieves attempt to steal John's wagon. John overpowers the thieves and takes back the wagon. John asks if him, Jack, and Abigail can work there. The owner, David Geddes, says yes. Next, we do a lot of work around the ranch, including shoveling crap, building fences, and milking cows. One night, John is asleep and hears shooting and wakes up. John goes out to see what's wrong. The thieves have taken Mr. Geddes' cattle, so John and the Pronghorn Ranch workers ride out to Hanging Dog Ranch where the thieves are located. John kills most of them and rides back to Pronghorn. Abigail is mad at John for this. The next morning, Abigail mentions a ranch called Beecher's Hope. Next, we go to Strawberry with Jack and collect some packages. A man hears our name and he chases us down the path. His brother was the man shot before the story. It starts a shootout which traumatizes Jack and causes Abigail and Jack to leave John. For the next few months, he continues to work at Pronghorn Ranch until he asks Mr. Geddes to tell the bank that they should give him a loan to buy Beecher's Hope. Mr. Geddes agrees. John gets a telegram from Sadie Adler telling him to meet her in the Valentine Saloon. John rides out to Blackwater Bank to get the loan. When he's leaving the bank, he sees Uncle, another old gang member. Uncle rides to Beecher's Hope with John. They realize it's going to need a lot of improvements. Next, John rides out to Valentine to meet with Sadie. She asks him if he needs some money. John obviously does from all the bank loans, so he does some bounty hunting with Sadie. John gets back to Beecher's Hope because Uncle thinks he knows where Charles is. John and Uncle find him in Saint Denis as a boxer. Charles gets into trouble with the mob, so they need to get out of there. John brings Charles back to Beecher's, and next they have to actually build a home on the land. John and Charles and 2 hired guns ride through tall trees with all the lumber and tools they will need when they meet the Skinner brothers. It starts a shootout and one of the hired guns was killed. After they safely get back, they build a house. John writes to Abigail, pleading for her to come back. John then does a bounty for Sadie. They try and take a man named Ramon Cortez. They capture him and take him to the sheriff's office in Rhodes, but then some of his boys come and break him out. So we have to go capture him again and bring him in. Next, Uncle and Charles build a barn at Beecher's Hope, so they celebrate. In the morning, Charles and John realize that Uncle has been taken by the Skinner brothers. They track him down and rescue Uncle. Uncle was burnt pretty bad and it's time to recover. In the meantime, Abigail and Jack return with a dog named Rufus. After this, Sadie and John go bounty hunting once more, but this time Abigail is hesitant to let him go. They capture the man, but not before John is mauled by a bear. John survives, but barely. Next, John and Abigail go into town, where John intends to propose to her. He does, and she says yes, and everything is great. Except Micah's alive, and now...
I found him. I found Micah.
No.
I got a lead. One of his boys wanted for murdering a woman. Been seen drinking in Strawberry. If we can get to him, he'll lead us to Micah.
She says we have to go to Strawberry first to find one of Micah's boys.
Where's Micah?
I already told you I ain't seen him.
You lie.
It ain't my fault. He tried to kill me.
Where's Micah?
Talk, or I'll pull this lever.
Talk!
He's up in the mountains. I think he's up in Mount Hagen. He got a whole gang now. Bad man, doing bad things. I tried to stop him from murdering that little girl. We fell out. Honest. Please, I'm one of the good guys.
Hang him.
No.
You got what you... He's done.
Thank you. Well done. Come on! A little rat said Mount Hagen.
It's a long ride. Let's finish this.
Micah, we're coming for you.
Yeah! Charles!
John, be careful! Where is this bastard? You got it! Okay, let's go back to Charles. Hey, you're okay. You're okay.
I will be. But go on. Go on now. Move fast. They'll come down that hill and kill us all.
Look who it is. Ain't you got a habit of just showing up?
When I got something to take care of, sure.
Just you left, is it?
Yeah. Just me. That was Joe! We gotta be cool! It's John Marston!
This here book.
Hello, Scarface. Did you miss me?
Not much.
Been a few years. How's that, whore of yours?
She's good. Didn't reckon I should waste my time killing you. But I felt different.
So it seems. Well, maybe after all this is over, I'll go pay her a call. And the boy.
Whatever you say.
I got more men coming, John! John! Try that again, won't you?
like a man.
Hellfire. It's just like old times.
Come on. You turn around and start walking.
You got me! Just like old times, hmm? All manner of folk paying social calls.
Hello, son. Mrs. Adler. Been quite a while.
Now, John. Now, what were you saying?
What are you doing here, Dutch? Same as you, I suppose.
Dutch and I are teaming up once more. We got money. We got dreams. Join us, John. Join us.
Let her go.
Now, I can't do that, John.
Dutch. Dutch, come on now.
You shot at me, son.
You started. You betrayed me. I could say the same as you.
I was trying to do my best. You just cared for yourself.
I think differently.
Join us. Join us, John.
Let her go! She ain't well.
I don't want to kill you, John.
Arthur saved my life. More than once.
Arthur's been dead a long time. This is a new century.
Dutch. Dutch. We all did our best for you. Ain't our fault. Things turned out the way they did. Dutch, killing me won't solve nothing.
Put down your gun, Marston!
Say something, Dutch. Say something!
I ain't got too much to say no more.
You shot me. You shot me pretty good.
It's over, Abigail. It's all over.
Unfortunately for John, it wasn't all over. Because of John's revenge, Agent Ross found him. At the start of the game, we see John with 2 government agents. They guide him from a boat onto a train, headed for a town in New Austin called Armadillo. John meets a man there who takes him out to Fort Mercer.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you, think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implored. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
John is left for dead by his former brother, but with a stroke of luck, a woman named Bonnie McFarlane comes to save him. She takes him back to her ranch and aids him back to health. We help Bonnie around her ranch. After helping out for a while, John meets with Marshal Johnson to help with Bill Williamson's gang. The marshal says they have enough problems to deal with. John then promises to help out with the other problems in the county so the marshal can help him with Williamson. We start out by helping the marshal take out a gang hideout. John then meets back up with Bonnie and explains the mess he's really in.
Miss McFarlane, I'm married. I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but I hope it explains why I wasn't so eager to talk about it. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true, especially when it comes to money.
John, again, helps out the marshal by taking out some cattle rustlers, which leads to a massive shootout in a canyon. Next, Bonnie McFarlane has a problem at the ranch. All of their cattle escaped and was dispersed into a storm. We help recover the cattle. Next, we meet and have to save Nigel West Dickens. John finds him close to death on the ground, and we have to take him to Armadillo's doctor before he dies. While we are riding there, we begin to get attacked by some outlaws. Next, we'll meet up with the marshal again. This time, John and the marshal's men are tracking down a gang of outlaws. We find a couple campsites, and finally, we arrive at Ridgewood Farm, where we kill most of the bandits, but some escape. We track them down and meet a small gang and Bill Williamson, and start a shootout. Bill Williamson escapes. John will have to find him later. We meet Wes Dickens outside the doctor, and he tries to scam us with his miracle cure. On and him ride out to a homestead where Wes Dickens will sell his miracle cure. John acts as a man in the crowd, and then tries the cure for himself. Wes Dickens then makes him shoot something, and then he leaves. John then helps the McFarlane Ranch one last time. The barn starts burning down, and John helps the men and horses trapped inside. We meet up with the marshal again, and some outlaws show up. They are saying they captured Bonnie and plan to kill her. They took her down to the abandoned town of Tumbleweed. John and the marshal's boys ride down there and take out the outlaws and free Bonnie. We then travel down to the Armadillo graveyard, where we meet a grave robber named Seth. He's a strange character.
My name's Marston. John Marston.
Goodbye, John Marston.
Seth asks us to help him kill his former partner, Moses. We next meet a pretty strange man.
Hello, John. John Marston.
Do I know you?
I hope so. I seem to know you.
I'm pretty good at remembering faces.
Are you? Do you remember Hattie McCourt's face?
Who?
She was a girl Dutch Vanderlyn shot in the head on that raid on the ferry a few years back. Same one you got shot on. Pretty girl, until her eye was hanging out by a thread of tendon and her brain was plastered over a wall.
Not really.
Then why would you remember me, friend? You've forgotten far more important people than me.
What's your game, friend?
I don't have a game, John. Listen, sometimes I just wish I'd known more about life. Wish I'd had better guidance. A friend of mine was drunk as a skunk in the saloon on Thieves' Landing. I think he's gonna be unfaithful to his dear wife. Why don't you head over there and see if you can advise him how best to proceed?
What do you think I am?
I know what you are, John. Just if you've got the time, friend. What are you waiting for? Don't tell me you've gone soft in your old age.
We meet Seth again. He asks us to take him and some corpses down to Tumbleweed. We then help him find the treasure in the mansion in Tumbleweed. We run into some outlaws trying to find it too, so we take care of them. We find the treasure, just for it to be a glass eye. We meet Wes Dickens again. This time he asks our help in Gaptooth Breach. He wants us to win some wagon racing. We win, then leave quickly. Next we meet Irish. He is a drunkard who we need to help take down Williamson. He takes us down to a camp near Lake Don Julio to find a machine gun. He leaves and we take care of all the men there, but there's no machine gun. He lied to us. We confront him once more. He says there's a machine gun in Gaptooth Breach. We go down there. We have to clear out a lot of men, but there actually is a machine gun there this time. We have to get it out of there. And finally we put it in Irish's wagon. We go to Wes Dickens again. He says that he needs us to help him sell more miracle tonics. The men there are a bit smarter. They know that Wes Dickens is a fraud, so it starts a shootout, and we have to escape. We see him again up at Gaptooth Breach, and we have to do another race for him. John wins, and then we see Irish in Thieves' Landing trying to rob two nuns. And John says,
Yeah, give me that. I'm your old friend Amnesia.
we have to rescue a man named Shaky, and he will give us the machine gun ammo. Now it's time to invade Fort Mercer. Seth gets inside, and we get in Wes Dickens' wagon. He starts selling the miracle tonics when John pops out of the wagon with a machine gun, and they decimate Fort Mercer. Unfortunately, John was too late. Williamson left that morning to go to Mexico. First, John has to cross the river, and John needs Irish's help. They ride across in a boat, but then some Mexicans start shooting at us and start a massive shootout on the border. We get to Mexico and ride down to a small town called Chuparosa. Then we meet a man named Landon Ricketts. He's an elderly gunslinger. He helps John out with some gunman tips. While we are down in Mexico, we are also tasked with finding Javier Escuela, another one of our former brothers. We also begin to help the government because they say they can help us find Javier and Bill. For them, we take out the rebels, and that's practically all of their missions. We also start helping the rebels at the same time, similar to Chapter 3 of Red Dead 2. For the rebels, we rescue Abraham Reyes, the rebel leader, from the government. The government ends up betraying us, so we side with the rebels. Next, we invade a government fort. We find Javier, and in my playthrough, I shot him. We delivered him to Agent Ross, and then we get back to looking for Williamson. But first, we again visit the strange man.
Welcome to Nuevo Paraiso, John.
Where do I know you from?
You're famous, John. You're the man who shot a bunch of banditos as soon as he turned up in this country. You're a man who decided right and wrong, between a man and death, between a man and his wife.
And who are you?
You know, I admire you, John. I hope my boy turns out just like you.
For your sake, I hope you don't.
You kill people so easily, yet you respect the vows of marriage. That's very curious.
I'll let the appropriate authorities judge my morality, friend.
Yes, you will. And they shall. Anyway, I hear that an old nun is traveling from the monastery, taking the money she raised at the bank. Why don't you head up there and see if you can lend her a hand? Road's full of thieves. Either that or rob her yourself. I'll see you around, John.
I hope you don't.
Go, John, go. Or are you not the man I thought you were?
Come on!
We next invade the government mansion. We take out many soldiers. We kill Colonel Allende and Bill Williamson. Now we head north to Blackwater. But first, we have our final encounter with the strange man.
Ain't this a beautiful spot?
Sure. What are you doing here?
My accounts. I'm an accountant.
Is that so?
In a way.
What's your name?
You know, it's the darndest thing. I can't remember.
Tell me your damn name and where you know me from.
Well, I know you from Mexico. I know you from back out west. I know you from all over.
Tell me your name or I won't be responsible for my actions.
Oh, but you will. You will be responsible. This is a fine spot. See you around, cowboy.
Damn you!
Yes, many have.
We then finally head up to Blackwater. We meet Ross and he says they know that Dutch Vanderlinde is in the area. John hears that Dutch has a gang of Native Americans in the Tall Trees area. We go to Thieves Landing, where an informant told us he would be. His gang is there, but not him. We see our informant, Nastas, being beaten. We go in and save him, and then us, the agents, and Nastas ride back to Blackwater. We next go up to a rooftop in Blackwater, where we learn that Dutch is robbing the bank. And this will be the first time John has seen him since American Venom. We get into an impasse in the bank, and Dutch and John talk.
Oh, it's nice to see you, John.
Hello, Dutch.
How's Abigail?
Well, I hope. Ain't seen her for a while.
'Cause you've been chasing me?
Let the woman go, Dutch.
Of course. Of course. How's your little boy?
He ain't so little now.
No, he must be what? 15? 16? Doesn't time fly?
Don't adjust. It's over, man.
Of course. Of course. I surrendered, John. You're the master now.
I've been my master since you left me to die.
We all make mistakes, John. I never claimed to be a saint, but equally, I never took you for an errand boy.
Just trying to help my family, Dutch. By making compromises we all have to. Now let her go. It's over.
You want the girl, John? You always were the romantic sort. You know, gentlemen, this man here, oh, he married a whore. Used to ride with us. We all had her. Oh, but he married her. And you know that makes him a better man than us. He's a better man. Have the girl, John.
Easy, Dutch.
She's a parting gift from me.
As we can see, Dutch has gone completely off the rails. We have to chase him through the Great Plains. We can't quite catch up with him. We next meet a professor named Harold McDougal. I'm not sure if he's racist or dumb or maybe both. But anyways, we ride out to Dutch's camp, Cochene. Dutch shoots us and Nastas saves us. After this, Nastas arranges a meeting with Dutch's gang. We go and they are pretty aggressive and they start a shootout. We escape, but barely. Back in town, we go to McDougal's office, where Dutch shouts. He is outside and threatening John and the professor. This obviously starts a shootout, and we have to escape with the professor. We escape and then we take him to Manzanita Post, and he leaves on a train. We meet with the agents in Blackwater again, and they say that they are starting the final chase. We start a shootout with a machine gun and ride up to Cochene. We help the military take out most of Dutch's gang, and we chase him up the mountain until he can't run anymore.
Hello again, John.
Hello, Dutch.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
Sure.
I got a plan, John.
You always got a plan, Dutch.
This is a good one.
I don't doubt it.
We can't always fight nature, John. We can't fight change. We can't fight gravity. We can't fight nothing. My whole life, all I ever did was fight.
Then give up, Dutch.
But I can't give up, neither. I can't fight my own nature. That's a paradox, John. You see?
Then I have to shoot you.
When I'm gone, they'll just find another monster. They have to. Because they have to justify their wages.
That's their business.
Our time has passed, John.
After we are done and are reunited with Abigail, Jack, and Uncle, John relearns how to be a father to Jack, which we can see he has struggled with through the whole series. Jack feels grown up, but John is still trying to protect him. At one point, Jack tracks down a massive grizzly bear, and John has to save him. John starts doing well, and they're settling into their lives again, until the military shows up. This starts a massive shootout at Beecher's Hope.
Uncle! I'm gonna get you out of here safe! Ain't time, John. I ain't gonna make it off this porch anyhow. You take Jack and Abby. Take them and... Don't worry about me. Just get him out of here.
No! Uncle, please! Oh my God! They killed him!
Come on, son! Ain't nothing we can do for him now!
God damn it! You haven't done anything wrong!
Hey, come on. Now listen. Jack, darling, get on this horse. Get out of here. Go find a place to hide.
You're coming with us, Paul.
I'll catch up. You keep riding and don't look back. And don't be worried about me, you hear? Now get going.
You stay out of trouble, John.
Ain't no trouble, Abigail. Ain't no trouble. I love you.
I love you.
Now go! Get!
Jack rides back to his home and sees his father's lifeless body. It then cuts to 3 years later. Jack has just buried Abigail, and now he has nothing left to lose. He goes to Blackwater to track down Edgar Ross.
Hello, sir. You work with the government? You one of them agents?
Sure, son. Why you ask?
Did you work with a man named Edgar Ross? I have something for him.
Edgar Ross? No, but well knew of him. A fine man if he wanted results. Won himself a chest full of medals. I think he went and retired about a year ago. Last I heard, him and his wife moved out to a cabin on Lake Don Julio. Lucky guy, getting to take it easy. He's fighting crime in this dump, that's for sure.
Thank you for the information, mister. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello, young man.
Hi.
What are you doing out here? Are you out visiting the lake with your family?
No, ma'am. I was looking to deliver a letter to Edgar Ross.
Oh, that husband of mine. That bureau just won't get its talons out of him, even though he's retired. Edgar gave them some of the best years of his life. They ought to let him retire in peace. They'll not rest till they've killed him with worry, and he's such a sensitive man. I'm sorry, I shouldn't get so angry. I don't suppose any of this is your fault. There's no need to worry about him nowadays.
Well, where is he?
He and his brother Philip went hunting on the south side of the San Luis River. Be careful crossing over. They were saying it was dangerous.
I sure will, ma'am. And don't worry about a thing. I'm sure your husband will be just fine. Hey there, mister. How's the hunting?
Well, pretty good, son. Got me a few rabbits, coyote, elk. Still looking for some trophies for the parlor.
I've got a letter here for Edgar Ross. You know him? I heard he was down in these parts from his wife.
Of course I know him. He's my brother. Gone down river, duck hunt. Must be a pretty important letter to have come all this way.
Oh, yes, sir. Real important. I'll be on my way home as soon as I deliver this message.
You best be off then. Just don't get on his bad side. He's got a filthy temper.
Excuse me. You Edgar Ross?
Do I know you?
Forgive me for startling you, sir. I have a message for you. My name is Jack Marston. You knew my father.
I see. I remember your father.
I've come for you, Ross.
And you, boy, have sure as shit found me.
You killed my father.
Your father killed himself with the life he lived.
You killed him. I saw you.
You keep saying that.
You sent him to do your dirty work. Then you shot him like a dog.
And I'll shoot you like one too, you little piece of trash. Now get out of here before I kill you as well.
I ain't going nowhere, old man.
Huge shout out to Rockstar Games for creating these. This story is so tragic. Jack Marston, all his life, was trying to be moved in the way of not becoming a gunslinger or an outlaw by everyone around him. But because of this cycle of vengeance and violence, he ended up becoming what everyone was trying to stop him from becoming. This path to redemption's a pretty tragic one.